Hello students, today we are going to study the next topic of science chapter number 7, that is hierarchy of classification. So, the main aim of a taxonomic study is to assign organisms an appropriate place within the systematic framework of classification. This framework is called as hierarchy. As you can see in the figure given here, the classes are arranged in the form of a hierarchy. Suppose here in the bottom there is species, genus. So it starts from the top as an arrow is given from general to specific. First comes the kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. This is the hierarchy of classification. So first of all, the organisms are classified into kingdoms. Then after that they are classified into subclasses, that is phylum. Then class, order, family, genus and species. This is known as the hierarchy. This is the framework in which the organisms are assigned. Then, according to this, groups are arranged in definite order from higher to lower categories, and each category is called a taxon. We name each category as taxon, and the order of level is as follows: kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus and species. Let us define each of them. First comes the kingdom. Kingdom refers to all the organisms who share a set of distinguished common characters. Means those organisms which have a set of distinguished different common characters. For example, if we take plant and animal kingdom. Then phylum. Phylum includes all organisms belonging to different classes having common characteristics. Means organisms who are having different classes, they are of different classes but have the same characteristic. Class. It represents the organism of a related order. The organisms are represented in a related order. Then comes the order. Order is an assemblage of families resembling one another in a few characters. Means the families, the assemblage of families, the together of families which resemble one another, which have one another same in few characters. Then family. Family is represented by a group of related genera that are more similar to each other than to the genera of other families. Means it is represented by a group who are having same genera that are more similar to each other than to the genera of other families. Then comes the genus. Genus is a group of species which are related and have less characters in common. They have less characters in similarity, but they are related to each other. And species is a group of individuals with similar characters. The individuals having similar characters are known as species. So let's start with the characteristics of the five kingdoms. First kingdom is the kingdom Monera. The kingdom prokaryotes is divided into two kingdoms, two subkingdoms. This kingdom is divided into two subkingdoms, that is Archaebacteria and Eubacteria. Archaebacteria is, most of the Archaebacteria are autotrophs. They are autotrophs and they only photosynthesize, and they derive energy from metabolic activities. The activities they do from oxidation of chemical energy sources. The metabolic activities, they derive the energy for metabolic activities. So from where do they get the energy? From the oxidation of chemical energy resources like ammonia, methane, etc. Then these Archaebacteria are divided into three groups. Methanogens. These methanogens can make methane as a result of metabolic activities. When these archaebacteria perform the metabolic activities, they form these methanogens. Methanogens are the archaebacteria that form methane. Then comes thermoacidophiles. These thermoacidophiles, they favor hot and acidic environment, and they use hydrogen sulfide as energy source. Thermo means related to environment, or we can say temperature, means they favor hot and acidic temperature or environment, and they use hydrogen sulfide as energy source. Then halophiles. Halo means saline, it is salty, so they grow in salty environment, means alkaline environment. Then comes the eubacteria. They have outer cell wall that surrounds plasma membrane. These archaebacteria, they have the outer cell wall, and that cell wall surrounds the plasma membrane. Then they have cytoplasm, ribosome, but membrane enclosed bodies are absent, like nucleus, etc. And the circular strand of DNA is present. So these eubacteria, they have cytoplasm, ribosome, but membrane enclosed bodies such as nucleus, they are absent, and they have a circular strand of DNA. Then the bacteria are of different shapes. These eubacteria, they are of different shapes, like bacilli. Any bacteria, whenever you see, all the bacteria vary in their shapes. They can be bacilli, that is rod shaped. Then cocci, that is spherical. You can see the figures that are given below. Spirillum, that is spiral shaped, and vibrio, that is comma shaped bacteria. Then the bacteria are classified as gram-positive and gram-negative bacteria. Gram-positive bacteria are the bacteria that stains red with gram stain. Whenever we put gram stain on the bacteria, if that stain gives us red color, that means the bacteria is gram-positive bacteria. And if we put gram stain on the bacteria and it do not give us red color, that means the bacteria is gram-negative bacteria. This is general for all the bacteria. Shapes, that is bacilli, cocci, spirillum and vibrio, and plus they can be gram-positive or gram-negative. It is general for all the bacteria. Then another kingdom comes is kingdom Protista. Kingdom Protista includes unicellular eukaryotic organisms, and they have hair-like appendages like cilia, flagella, etc. So they are unicellular eukaryotic. Examples are cilia, flagella, etc. That appendages are present on the organisms. It includes phylum Protozoa. So kingdom, then comes the phylum. So this kingdom Protista consists of phylum Protozoa, and this protozoa has following characteristics, that is they are unicellular, they are solitary, that is, or colonial. Whenever we stain them, they form the colonies, and body naked or covered by shells. Their body is naked or it is covered by shells. Body shape may be irregular, spherical, oval, etc. Their body shape can be irregular, spherical or oval, and the cytoplasm is divided into outer ectoplasm and inner endoplasm. So its cytoplasm is divided into two parts, outer ectoplasm and inner endoplasm. The locomotion is done by pseudopodia, flagella, cilia, etc. This protozoa moves. The movement of protozoa is done by pseudopodia, flagella, cilia, etc. Their nutrition is heterotrophic, and they follow asexual reproduction by fission, and even they follow sexual reproduction also. Then it has 5 classes. The phylum Protozoa has 5 classes. First comes the kingdom, then phylum, then class. Kingdom Protista, phylum Protozoa, class that we will study, that are 5 classes. First is Mastigiphora. They have locomotors flagella. So their movement is done with the help of flagella. Examples are Euglena, Trypanosoma, etc. Then second class is Sarcodina. Sarcodina, the locomotion of Sarcodina is done by pseudopodia. Movement is done with the help of pseudopodia. Example is amoeba. Then third class is Sporozoa. They do not have the locomotory organs and they are all parasites. Example is Plasmodium. Then another class is Ciliata. The locomotory organ of Ciliata, that is cilia. It helps in the movement of ciliata. Example is Paramecium. Another is Suctoria. They also do not have locomotory organs. For example, Ephelota. So now comes the another kingdom, fungi. 2 kingdoms we studied, kingdom Monera and kingdom Protista. Now we will study about kingdom fungi. They are simple non-green plants that are not photosynthetic. Kingdom Monera and kingdom Protista were autotrophic and photosynthetic. Kingdom fungi, they are heterotrophs and they are eukaryotic organisms, and they are not photosynthetic. Some fungi are parasites and some are decomposers, and many are saprophytes. They may be unicellular like yeast or filamentous like most of other fungi. So they can be unicellular like yeast, and they can be filamentous, and the filamentous fungi is called as mycelium. The fungi which consist of filament we call as mycelium, and it has several thread-like structures called hyphae. They have several thread-like structures which we call as hyphae. Cell wall of fungi is made up of chitin and cellulose. The cell wall of fungi is made up of 2 things, chitin and cellulose. It is the most important point for kingdom fungi. This you have to remember. And the reserve food is in the form of glycogen. The food that is reserved in their body, it is in the form of glycogen. Example of fungi are bread mold, that is rhizopus, mushroom, etc. Then comes the lichens. Lichens are the symbiotic association of blue-green algae with fungi. So this is the symbiotic association, lichens. Lichens are the result of symbiotic association of blue-green algae. The blue-green algae associates with fungi and it forms lichens. The algal component is called phycobiont and the fungal component is called mycobiont. That is, algae and fungi associate, means the component which associate, the algal component that associate is phycobiont and the fungal component that associates is mycobiont. In this association, the role of fungus is to absorb water and minerals. So, the role of fungus is it absorbs water and minerals, and the function of algae is to prepare food and supply to fungus. Examples are foliose lichen, crustose lichens, etc. Now comes the kingdom Plantae. Kingdom Plantae includes multicellular organisms except the primitive algae. All the organisms are multicellular in kingdom Plantae except primitive algae. They are eukaryotes. Cell wall consists of cellulose. A mature plant cell has a large vacuole for storing food in the form of starch. So, a plant cell which is mature, it consists of a large vacuole. In that vacuole, food is stored in the form of starch. They have double membrane organelles called as plastids, which are only present in plant cell, not an animal cell. Some plastid have photosynthetic pigment called chloroplast. They have some photosynthetic pigment called chloroplast. They are autotrophic, their growth is indefinite, and the body form is irregular as it possesses branches. Though the plant cell have branches, so that's why its body form is irregular. Then comes the another kingdom, kingdom Animalia. They are wall-less eukaryotes. They do not have wall, so they are wall-less eukaryotes. They are heterotrophic with holozoic mode. They have holozoic mode of nutrition and they are heterotrophic. The growth of animals is limited. Their growth is limited. They generally have a definite shape, size and symmetry. And some animals are mobile, so they can move. The locomotion is necessary for obtaining food, etc., and movement occurs through muscular system. The locomotion is important. Why? Through that only they will get food, etc., and their movement occurs through musculatory organs. They have organ level organization. They have organ level organization. So this was the brief discussion of all the kingdoms, that are all the 5 kingdom classification. Now in the next class we will go with a detailed study of kingdom Plantae, kingdom Animalia. Okay, that's all for today. Thank you and have a great day.